Hello Commanders, Commander Placer here, and welcome to today's live stream. Hope everyone's doing very well and you guys have had a fairly pleasant weekend. Hopefully you got some gaming in. No doubt you are probably looking forward to Cyberpunk later this week, the new content trailer for Odyssey from Elite Dangerous this week, and maybe if you're into Planet Zoo like I am, you'll be looking forward to the swimming aquatic animals pack that's being released this week as well. So quite a week for gaming, I would say. A lot of stuff going on there indeed. But I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing alright today. I'm in the middle of cooking a roast dinner because those who don't know, Mrs. Plater is American, and we were going to do Thanksgiving dinner. We do it every single year. It's something that I really want to make sure that I do, is that I do a Thanksgiving dinner for her, as a little taste of home here in the UK. But I wasn't feeling very well, at all, when it came round, so I ended up not doing it. So I'm feeling okay today, so we started prepping it, and I've got a turkey joint in the oven. It's going to take frickin' ages, or has taken about 2 hours already, and it's still not done. It's due to take at least another hour, assuming that our oven is crap, so it's probably going to take an extra hour on top of that. So we've got some time to play some games. Hence why we do the stream a little bit early. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing really well. We're going to be jumping into the exploration community goal, which is good. I have managed to do the basically scan the all the planets that are within 100 light years of Betancourt base. So we're off to go and do that one. Freshback Larvae is suggesting I try and deep fry a turkey. No. I'm aware of what can happen and what can go wrong. Also, a whole turkey? There's just the two of us and Alfred. So I don't think we need to be doing that. But yeah, we're going to be... so I've managed to do the entire kind of 48 planets that are around. So I'm up to... well, more than that probably. So we're up to 201 reports on the community goal, so we're still in the top 10%, but I want to make sure that I manage to stay in the top 10%. And maybe make some more progress if possible. Kuro, yes, I have found a Yule log, and I have eaten a Yule log. Not a whole one so far. We're about halfway through it, but yeah, we found one. It was good. But I went to quite a large supermarket today, and I got to be honest with you, it was horrific. There were people everywhere, people falling all over the top of each other, just in the way. Queuing was a nightmare, and as a Brit, when it comes to queuing, it's absolutely... there's an art to it. You've got to get it right, and if you get it wrong, then it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Your log pro rock is essentially it's a cake. It's like a Swiss roll, if you know what a Swiss roll is, or a roulade, and it's a flat cake with icing rolled up and then iced on top, so you get this delicious thing, and it's a Yule log because it's I guess more looks like a log, obviously, and you have it at the Yule time, which is now. There you go. Lee, you're saying you find people of 70 plus don't queue. I'm finding people with an IQ of only 70 plus don't queue, actually. Seems to be the way it goes for me. But right, I could continue to complain about people in the world not queuing properly. And as we know, British people queue better than anyone. But we had queues crossing each other from the self-service section, crossing across multiple checkouts, and I was like, oh god, this is horrible. Why is it like this? Why are people like this? I didn't understand at all. But the beard's looking really woolly because I didn't comb it when it was wet today, which means that it's been out of control, plus mask wearing on top of it. So we'll shape it showing like this. Whoa. But yeah, we're going to continue taking part in the community goal. I've been using EDDB in order to find myself locations to go and scan. Now, I'm going to quickly show you where I'm up to with it. So, on EDDB, what I've done is I scanned initially within the first 100 light years of the community goal, the initial place. And So I scanned everywhere there, and it came up with 48 results. So what I've done is I've taken the furthest away location it reported, then put that in as my reference system up here. We've got Ammonia worlds. And then we have the maximum reference distance. 100 light years seems to be the maximum it goes for anyway. We've got Ammonia worlds filtered. So basically we've got another 43 locations for us to go and check out. So we're going to be going in, using them, and picking places to go for. Daniel, you're saying that you love tuning into this stream to a Q rant. How quintessentially British. Indeed. Also, people, just walk on the left, yo. Walk on the left. Yeah, ProRock. What I'm doing is I'm going to arrange in the old Galaxy map. Galaxy map we've been filtering by visited systems and non-visited systems. So in the map I've gone for visited and not visited. So I'll know when I select a station a system whether or not I've been there, and that's the idea behind it. So hopefully we should be all good on that front. I'm trying to be sensible. I'm doing my damnedest best to be. Ralph, yeah, there is. Definitely is. I wish there was an easier way to find Ammonia worlds somehow, but the point is it wouldn't be exploration, would it? Because you would know where everything is. But away we go. And we're out in an Aspen Explorer, because the Aspen Explorer is very, very trustworthy. All exploration data is actually extra at this community goal at the moment, so it's well worth dropping in and doing. Here's the thing, Sylvie. I don't like to queue, but what I do like is when I have to queue, it's well organised. Simon, good evening. How you doing? Oh, blimey. Okay. But yeah, so we pick up plenty of junk data along the way as well. Like, I always like doing the community goals because I find that doing them means that I'm guaranteed to get the money to cover my fleet carrier for at least a week. The last one I did the community goal on my new fresh start account, which we'll be starting to jump into hopefully with the next community goal. And we'll do all of that, I think. That's going to be the plan. Showa, hello, how you doing? Bird, you're saying personally use the Spanch root tool instead of course to Maya. I don't really like Spanch. I find it really non-user friendly. Which is great if you're going from one place to another, but if you're just looking to jump from place to place to find things, not so super for me. Alan, hello, and Black Knight, hello, how you doing? We're doing all the things. I need to, again, guys, if you keep my posture going. I woke up with a really, really sore neck today. I think I slept funny. I don't know if it's because Alfred is taken to sleeping on my pillow, so I was all like hunched up like this. Don't know. Could be that. Yeah, ProRock, 10th of December, new Odyssey gameplay video, which is quite exciting. I think that's should be an interesting one for sure. I don't know what will be in it. Ralph, here's the thing. Loads of people will tell you yes, it does. I have yet to see a trend, a personal trend. Like, I don't have a feeling about it. I have seen them at near enough every type of star class there is. I mean, this one's a Type M. That's what the first one is. It's an M class star, so I don't know. Andres? I'm gonna say Andreas. Hey, how you doing? ProRock, 1.5 minutes long is 1.5 minutes that we wouldn't have had otherwise, so it's not so bad. Passion fruit. Well, I've only been going for a couple of minutes, but we're taking part in this week's community goal. We are doing a spot of exploration, hunting out Ammonia worlds. It's less hunting than working off of the list, to be honest. But the good news is this system that I'm in now has got 3. No, it doesn't. The next system has 2. This one doesn't have 3. This only has 1. Lost. It's a good start, though. Nope, not you. You. Mr. C North, hello, how you doing? So, Alan, you're saying anyone wants to suggest you a really dumb mid-price combat ship that you can blow all of yesterday's profits on and do something silly with? I mean, do you have a frag member? Do you have a Daka Daka gunship? All these things that you need. So Andreas, it's going alright, to be fair. It's not so much exploration as it is tagging and doing a bit of a scavenger hunt, I guess. It's working. What I'm doing is working. I find it interesting to jump around all over the place. I haven't found anything cool, really. It's a shame. I'd love to find something really cool. It's something that we weren't expecting to find. That'd be pretty awesome. But none of that yet. Yeah, an ASP scout. A completely missile-based ASP scout. I'm also going to leave a shame immediately already, because I haven't bothered to install a Super Cruiser system module. Yep. Loop number 1, and we are how far in? That's like a... We're 14 minutes in, it's the first loop. Joy. Joy, joy, joy. Well, at least we know we can do this bit right. Like, the actual scanning part. I know what I'm doing with that, so that's fine. Passion Fruit, you're wondering how long I've been playing this game? Years. Years. I've been playing this game a long time. Been streaming it for quite a long time as well, and producing videos as well. But I have been playing the actual hours in game. We're talking thousands of hours in game. I hate to say it, but I'm having to use third-party tools to complete this community goal. There's no way to kind of do it without, which is a bit of a shame. But we'll do what we have to do. Technically, Kiro, you could have plasma slug railguns on there as well. I don't know why you would. It's a big mistake to put 7 railguns on the federal gunship. I can confirm that is a mistake. It can't handle the heat at all. Like, not at all. So, yeah. Mr. North, yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Passion Fruit, yeah, I do have YouTube as well. So you might notice in chat that we've got RestreamBot is pulling in chat from YouTube at the same time. But on the Who is Plater box on Twitch, you will, if you click on that, that'll take you to my YouTube channel. Baglery is saying you just took down your first Hydra. Mate, you've done better than I have. I have not taken out a Hydra. Haven't even taken out a Medusa. So, I've got... Well done. Can't fight you on that one. I think solo or as part of a wing is a good achievement to take out a Hydra. They are very, very tough. They're kind of the toughness of a Thargoid that no one ever asked for, I would say. That's just me. Just saying.
Hello there.
Oh, Passion Fruit, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. That's the most annoying term, too fast. Yeah, they're too fast to be using shards on. That's really something that I've learned, is that using shard cannons against basilisks are a mistake. I should 100% be using Gauss cannons for that. So, I need to remember that, really. for next time I have to go Thargoid hunting, which I feel like going Thargoid hunting might be this week's community goal based on what we're doing now. If not this week's, the week after. The way that we have been scanning Ammonia worlds, looking for things, I've got to be honest, it's going to be potentially quite a few non-human signal sources kicking around. That's what I found with this. You go into a system and suddenly it's just full of them. It's like, oh, you have the that's nasty kind of moment. It's like, oh, I need to get out of here. If they could like pull you out of Super Cruise and attack you and stuff, it'd be a different story. We did a Hydra's part of 2 wing thing, and it still took about an hour and a half. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I'm a bit like, that's why. I mean, I think that's why you can probably say, it really needs a buff for combat. Hunty, say, what time is this? Well, it's a great time. Oh, there's 2 in this system. It's because I've got turkey in the oven. It's going to be like ask a daft question, I'm going to give you a daft answer. But yeah, I've got a turkey in the oven because we're doing a late Thanksgiving dinner. Fuking Hell, hello. Mr. Seanorth, yeah, we could be starting the war, you're right. I feel like we probably keep poking the beast and we shouldn't. Because when Thargoids initially turned up, they pulled people out of hyperspace jumps. And that was kind of it. And then we immediately started shooting them, and then we found out what happened after that. But I don't know if... I don't know if it's gonna work out for humanity the way we think it is. But from what I can tell, and all the evidence to me stacks up towards Thargoids being, yeah, aggressive, but humans also being really mean and horrible about them. So... It's risky, Alan, you taking a night off doing work because all your lessons are getting stripped away due to mocks. And what you'll find is that you'll do it, and then it'll be like they'll be like, okay, so you've got your lesson prepared. What? Like, that kind of thing will happen. You're like, oh no, oh no. But yeah, got turkey joint wrapped in bacon and stuffed in the oven. It's supposed to be cooked from frozen. It's been in the oven for 2.5 hours. It's supposed to be in there for 3 hours. I went and checked it before starting the stream and it's still frozen in the middle. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to start the stream and then it'll cook whilst I'm streaming and then nothing bad can happen. Right? Invertebrate, hello, how you doing? Kuro, not a bad shout. There is that kind of like, why are we not doing that? Why are we not like totally messing these planets up? But I think we're acting like we want them. We're acting like we want to terraform them and settle them. It's like Ammonia worlds are they the best ones to go for? There are Earth-likes around here that haven't been settled. Why don't we go for those? Or water worlds. They're all available. So I don't know. It's going to be a wait and see, isn't it? We're going to have to just see what happens. I'm not... I think there will be some Thargoid content and contact after this. How can there not be? You know, we have gone and we have essentially poked the bear again. It's like, good job. Good job, humanity. But you know what? I'll be there on the front line, along with everyone else, seeing whether or not you can fight Thargoids on ground and hand in bonds, and yes you can. I also have to go on a bit of a collection with regards to materials to synth premium shard ammo. Astacon, hey buddy, how you doing? And thank you. Mr. Seanorth, that's an interesting theory, but from what we can tell, they don't like it. They don't like it, do they? The thing is, sorry, I say Astic on the smiley face. I say the problem is the Thargoids don't like sharing power, do they? They don't do it. Just like the Emperor, they don't share power. We've got kind of some new gameplay footage coming, I think. Is what that will be, Hunter. We'll have to see exactly what it is when it arrives. So Invertebrate, you're saying, you're thinking about getting a fleet carrier. The idea of a base is cool, but what's the catches? It costs credits every single week. This is the only catch. Is it costs credits every single week to maintain it, to pay your crew. And the pricing scales depending on how many facilities you have in there. So the more you kiss out, the more expensive it gets. So that's worth bearing in mind. Plus you need Tritium, which you can either mine or purchase to power it for jumping from place to place. That is not cheap. Tritium is not cheap, and nor is it super abundant. So you have to either put time or cash into it. Autoculto, hello, how you doing? Technic Cheesecake, hello. Yeah, I'm trying to be pretty good with my streaming, staying on top of my streaming schedule, streaming 3 times a week, just because I feel like it's nice to be consistent, and it gives me something to look forward to. So like you're saying, maybe there'll be a friendly faction of Thargoids on the human side, sharing tech, etc. Need a place to hang out. Well, there's talk of the 2 different. I don't know how fixed in law this is, but there are 2 factions of Thargoids: the Calaxians and the Oresians. One of them was like super aggressive. One of them was less aggressive, and they kind of had a civil war. And one of the ideas that's kicking around is that we have been fighting one faction of them who are being pursued by another out of their own home territory, and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know about that. I have no clue. Yeah, we met the less aggressive ones, but the thing is that it's like we have seen this is where the thoughts of, if everyone remembers the Orthrus, is the Orthrus could be one of the other factions' ships. And actually they're the less aggressive ones, because they were being chased by scouts. It was being chased by scouts. Literally, it was being chased by scouts when Hunter and I were on that stream and we were just trying to catch up with it. That's what it looked like. So maybe that's the case. Maybe we have seen some of the other faction, but it's been over a year since the Orthrus was first seen and hasn't been seen since.
Surface scanned by
Discuss.
50%.
Oh no, that's a nightmare of a. That's a bad scan. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Techno Cheesecake, they weren't diplomatic with Guardians at all. Not not even a little bit. Not remotely. And then, don't know. Yeah, then Tedder killed it. He pinned it down and killed it, which was absolutely awful to watch. It was just like one of those things like, stop it! It's already dead! Leave it alone! Yeah, maybe we do need our tinfoil hats. Mine's at the dry cleaners. Kuro, you think it was a mistake and it wasn't meant to be in the game yet? I don't see a sloppy mistake. That would have been like a majorly sloppy mistake.
Drive charging.
So I don't think that'd be right. Doesn't feel right. Like I don't think it's that. I think it was a hint of what's to come. But why did it have a big NO in it when you grabbed hold of it and you scanned it? What's that about? I don't know. Seems a little crazy, man, is what I have to say about that. You just don't know, do you?
Fuel scooping.
So you think someone coded the wrong date in? Well, I mean,
Fuel
by a
scooping.
year? At least a year? No.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, breadcrumbs, you're saying one of the things you're hoping for in Odyssey is more of the planets to be landable. They will be. And there will definitely be more stuff to see on planets too, because we know there's going to be xenobiology. So, they are definite things that are happening. So, good news, right? Good news. And Arith, you're saying who starts streaming at 1700 hours? Me. That's what I got. That's what I got with that one. Invertebrate, yes you can. Yeah, how long ago was the Authoress? It was over a year. Like year, 2 months, I think. Roughly. I could be wrong. Right, Anarith, you want to be careful, buddy. You want to be careful. I love you. No, obviously not. Wasn't the Authoress last Halloween? No. Yeah, Hunter's right, summer last year, I think, close to that. Yeah, breadcrumbs, you won't be able to land on Ammonia planets, though, so don't get too pumped for Odyssey just yet. We know it's going to be tenuous atmosphere planets, so we're going to be having blue skies and possibly a little bit of wind, but that's about it. Invertebrate Odyssey is going to be released in early 2021, but we don't know exactly when. You wonder, I hate Road to Riches, so I'm not using it for this. I'm using EDDB. Which is good for working from a central location, which I can go over how to use if you want to use that instead. Very easy. Very easy tool. Alan, you can talk about football if you want, but I'm not going to understand any of the references. Just so you know. I'm really not into football whatsoever. I dislike how tribal it all is. Can't we all just get along? It's like when someone says, "Oh, my team lost." It's like, "Oh, do you own it?" No. Do you know anyone playing? No. All right. Do you play it? No. Autoculto. That is the words. Bagel, I'm going to say no to January because we've got to have a beta for this first. There has to be a beta. Like, has to be. There's no way Frontier can launch an update of this size and not have a beta for it. Because there's so much stuff that we would go and do and not mess up. We ruin stuff. We know this. Like, players ruin games for developers. They go out, they find all the problems with it, and then you can go and fix it because they'll do things that you never thought of doing. So, Odyssey is basically going to be a. It says early 2021. Now, I think, to me, early sounds like March, April, because as soon as you go past June, it's not early anymore, is it? So, I don't know. I do not know. Alan, doubt. I don't think it will be. I'm thinking. But all I want to say is, like, don't like wind yourself up about it. Don't wish for it to be launched earlier than it's ready. That is always my thoughts. Like, you have to. Oh, wrong button. Like, I'd rather it was good and late than bad and early. You know, it says like the the first impression of a game lasts forever. I imagine, because everyone's going to always talk about, oh, that was rubbish when that launched, because that was an absolute nightmare. We've done it before, and let's not have that again. So, Alan, you're saying, can we get rideable dinosaurs? No. Black Knight, yeah, there were 2 beaches and fleet carriers, and they still launched and weren't perfect. All that kind of stuff. I mean, Anarith Anthem did have a beta, and I played the beta. It was just very average. I actually found it very, very average, so I'm just like, I wish it'd been more interesting. I love the idea of it, the whole robot suit thing. Big fan. Anything with Mecha, big fan. Titanfall 2, fantastic. But it's like, you've got to get it right. You've got to get these things right. Like, if you don't, rubbish.
Frameshift drive charging.
Curry saying average is being extremely nice. I only played like an hour or 2, and that was it. So, Alan, dude, why do you keep saying so many things that we're not going to get? Alan, Mecha is things for me is like Armored Core as well, Mech Warrior. No, what's it called? Nope. There was the Mech Warrior games on Xbox, which I actually freaking loved. Very arcadey, but also loved. But yeah, I am, like I say, I'm patiently waiting for things to be ready. It is fine. I am quite looking forward to playing Cyberpunk this week. I think it should be great. I know my brother's going to get it as well, and he used to play the actual RPG. Not play it a lot, but used to. At least he had the books, and they were great. You know, I remember reading them and looking at all the stuff. Mech Commander, yeah, it was Mech Commander, Chris. That's one. But yeah, you know, I enjoy them. Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries was a bit of a disappointment for me. The gameplay felt very flat. I don't know, I was expecting something fast and be like dum 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 dum. You know, it was like really fast paced moving and stuff, and I think Elite was going to be good for that, but not so hot for me. C7 Salmon, will I be posting any Cyberpunk related content? I don't know. I've never done content on a single player RPG before, so I don't know. I don't really. It's not really within my wheelhouse, I guess, when it comes to content creation. I'm more like say space flight sim exploration type, but I'm well up for the game, so I might do a stream of it, do a bit of a let's play, and give it a go. But obviously, it's going to be massive spoilers. Anarith, no, we don't have a loop command. Should have a damn you chat command for me. But it's one of those things where I'm just like, I don't know if I'll produce any videos on it. If I find out any cool secret stuff and I want to give people hints and tips, then yeah, sure. If I end up being somehow amazing at it, but there's a lot of people that will have already had access to it, so don't know. You need a beast of a PC to play Cyberpunk from what you've had. Is that true? I don't know. I mean, looking at the minimals. Looking at like the minimum requirements, and even the recommended requirements don't seem that extreme. But then I'm going to be flicking up to ultra on everything. But I only play in 1080p for my games. I don't even play at 1440 Hz. I play at 1080 60 because that's the monitor I've got. So will I need something like that? No, I won't. I mean, but I've got a 1080, 2080 Super, and 3900X, so I definitely well within past and beyond the recommended, but I don't know what it's going to be like. So, Van, hello. There's going to be some lines you're going to be straddling with Cyberpunk. I think it looks like one of those games where you have to experience yourself. Yeah, exactly that. It's like I personally wouldn't necessarily stream Skyrim, but I like Skyrim. I like playing it. There's lots of games that I really enjoy playing that I wouldn't necessarily stream. I don't know. I mean, if CD Projekt Red are watching and they want to give me a free copy and under the condition that I stream it, then yeah, of course I'll do that. Because why wouldn't I? It's like, yeah, cool. But yeah, there's lots of games that I like, but I don't particularly think they're Van, you're saying, but are there games that I stream that I don't enjoy playing? No. Because why am I going to stream something I don't enjoy? That's like selling yourself out, and I'm not that kind of guy. I'm going to stream games I like. Like the same with stream Conan. Like I like Conan. I have times I'm really into it for a really short space of time. I'm super into it, and I'll play loads of it. And I'll be like, oh, give it a stream then. You know, get into it. That kind of thing. If I don't enjoy playing a game, I'm not going to stream it. I'm not going to play it if I don't enjoy it. Skyrim, you know Skyrim has narrative. Kuro, how could you, sir? No, I'm not a sellout. I think number one, I've been given the opportunity on several occasions to try get to stream games or produce content on games that have been sponsored, and I've turned around and said, no. And I just haven't. I haven't done them because I didn't enjoy them. And I'm not going to go and produce content on something and talk about something expected to be talking about something favourably because you're being paid money. I'm just like, no. Like, I have, and because of that, I have had no sponsored videos on my channel. So, Curry, you've got to remember is that I originally played Skyrim on my Xbox 360. That was how I originally played Skyrim, and it was great. Really enjoyed it. It was good. Played it beginning to end. Defeated Alduin. It was good. Played through the whole thing. Did the same thing that I always do, which is focus on my blacksmithing and my enchanting, because who doesn't want ridiculously powerful enchanted armour? And then always specialised in the bow and stealth at the same time. Well, why not? Do what you like. But yeah, I'm hoping that I've got options in Cyberpunk to be as completely mechanical as possible. Like, if I can't go too far with enhancements, it's not going to be right. I'm not going to be unhappy. I want to be like totally over the top. As ridiculous as I can. What I do like about the idea of Cyberpunk there is the way they have put in a streamer mode. I'm a fan of that. Techno Cheesecake, yeah, but the thing is that if you're being paid for it, that's one thing. So there are some games that I've been given just to review, and I've blasted completely and said this is bad. Like I'll say when things are bad, and I'll say when things are good. Simon saying you've just bought Cyberpunk on Good Old Games. I don't know where to get it from, if I'm honest. I want the best possible deal on it. I don't want to. I don't want to pay over the odds. Obviously, buying it on GOG is going to be the best place to do it if you want to support the developer, for sure. Like, absolutely for sure. And with the amount of time I spent playing Witcher 3, it's not bad. Van, that is the Plater-endorsed probe spread for a 7 planet. 6 is top, bottom, left, right, 1 round the back. Done. So yeah, no DRM for GOG, which is always good. But even then, I'm not really bothered by DRM. I don't mind it. I'm buying it for me, and if I've got a digital copy, I can go and resell it anyway. And also, I'm not going to be someone who would then want to go and upload it and give it away to other people. Don't mind that. Van. Okay. We'll see what the next one looks like. Next planet. And I will definitely go into details for this one. But yeah, asking me questions about the game I'm playing is always a good idea. And I have to keep talking about this now, otherwise I'm going to immediately forget. Like, I mean immediately forget, that's my thing. So, Roger, how many planets left to scan? Well, on my list, I've got 43, and I've done... all the way to 8, so we've got 35 to go. For me, this one. Fig Jam, yes it does. I like that. I like that I can answer that in a really short way, and it's positive. Right, yeah, it does. So Van, the reason why I'm working from a list, right, is for this community goal, the goal is to scan Ammonia, or map Ammonia worlds. So this is why we're doing it, so it's for the community goal. And you can fly around and you can scan them, place different places. You can either rely on blind luck, which I am not doing, because it's too unreliable, far too unreliable. So what I'm doing instead is I'm working from a list from a website called eddb.io. Now, this planet here is an Ammonia world. You can tell by the look of it, because it looks like an Earth-like, but with this colour palette shifted. So I'm going to go and fly over there. So this one will be, because the type of planet would normally, they're a certain size. The same way that Earth-likes typically only a certain size as well. So this one's probably only going to require 6 probes, but we'll find out when we get there. When we do, there are certain patterns that I go for different planets in my experience that work. Because you only have to scan 90% of the planet for it to complete. You don't have to do the full 100%. So Van, I have chosen the Asp Explorer. The reason why I've chosen it is because it is very nice to jump around in. It's got a good, very, very good jump range. You don't have to compromise too much on fuel scoop or a SRV bay. And that's mainly it. I've got it decently engineered, and it's good. So Invertebrate, the reason why I'm not doing Spanch is because I don't really like Spanch as a website, and ideally I'd rather not use a third-party website. And I'm not looking for the most efficient. It doesn't really bother me because I'm only looking at like a 100 light-year bubble around a target system for me to bounce around in. And essentially what you do is you end up bouncing around all over it, and you get loads of jonk data, so that's honking and jumping data, for the planets for the systems that you're not stopping in, so it's well worth doing. Diamondback Explorer, again, is also a very good option for doing it. The fuel scoop is a little bit small on it, but it's got a good jump range. So I'm happy doing it this way. Not saying it's right, just saying it's the way I'm doing it. Oh, Van, good. Yeah, that was. I wanted to wait making that one because it was a bit of a nightmare with the way the the hard points were. It was a bit of like. Ooh. Also, do not discount the Dolphin for a really good exploration ship as well. It's got a great jump range. Got a very nice jump range. Stumper, you're saying that you found Raxa all this time and it was in your glove box. Oh, what a nightmare. Was that like behind some change? But yeah, so this particular aspect where it's got a jump range of 69.7 light years, which is quite nice. Exploration is actually quite relaxing. I will say that for it. It's a very relaxing gameplay. I pick a target and go for it. Pick a target system. So yeah, this planet here, like I mentioned, is 6 probes. So the idea is you get an efficiency target for the number of probes that you use. You can engineer your detailed surface scanner to make it have an increased probe coverage range, and that's what one of the rewards are for this community goal, is that you can get a module that will have an increased range further than you can even engineer as a player. So because of that, I need it. I want it. I'm like, yes. So yeah, it says it down over on the side that's covered by chat, actually, but it says it down there. We will, if I hide chat for a moment, he says, right, you can see it there. It says efficiency target and then probes impacted. So it says it there. So I know that's 6. Now, ideally, you're looking at a sphere and you want to spread 6 out around it, and that's kind of, that gives you a hint.
Hello there.
So for me, Shamer, thank you for the follow. I fire in the middle. That's a great place to start. Then we pull up here. You've got the little line that pops up. If you can see it in the middle of the crosshair, that tells you that's the horizon of the planet, and that's it. So it will come in and drop and hit the horizon. So I do that, and you know that it'll be the middle of it as well, because it's quite nice. So you do that again for all 4 north, south, east, and west points, and then you want to fly off one around. So you can see it misses. But you can, for example, if I fire it here, it's going to go all the way around the planet and then come back around the bottom. Or I pull it in slightly and it'll come and hit the back of it. And that's the idea behind it. So it takes a little bit of experience to do. Like, I'm on 89%, so I only need another 1%. So essentially I can hit it and whatever happens, happens. TSB Ace, hey, how you doing? Oh, you said platter. Oh, God. There's a white middle class child out there in pain. Yeah, I do calm. That's how I like. I'm a big fan of calm. Yeah, so then we hit, and you can view the back of the planet as well, so you can see where you've hit. So hopefully, what should happen is when I have got the new engineered module, I'll be able to use less probes, and that's the idea. So you get an efficiency bonus, which is an extra bit of exploration data for doing it that way, which is pretty cool. Oh, we've already been to this one. Oh no. Oh no. And we can tell we've already been to this one because it's blue. Because we've got a filter on. Oh no. Oh no. We've hit this little bit of an area where we've already been. So it means there's a bit of an overlap.
Hello there.
There we go. Those probes commodity. No, they are not a commodity, you just have them, so it's good. TSB, thank you for the follow. They are unlimited, so it's all good. You just need to have the detailed surface scanner. Now hopefully what we'll do is we'll find a system where we will have a planet that has more than 6, so we can try out some different patterns and have a look. And so yeah, 10 cheesecake, the filter that I'm using is one that will be... Hang on. Basically, you can filter by visited star class. Oh god, what a total malfunction. Was I loading or was the game loading then? Right, you go into the galaxy map, and you go into your route plotter. Sorry, map. And you set map and visited stars. And then, as you can see, we've got red is not visited, blue is visited. So you just know which ones you've been into, so I know whether to skip them. So, yeah, the important thing is that when Frontier initially put in the concept for the exploration changes, because originally this isn't how you scan planets, you had to fly up to them. Like, you just fly up to them, scan them, and that was it. And what they do, or what Frontier was originally going to do, was they were going to limit the number of probes that you had, and you'd have to synthesize them and get more or restock or resupply at a station. Now, the content creators who went there to have a look at them pointed out the fact that not everyone had horizons at the time, so how would you be able to synth them? And Frontier were like, oh, okay, we'll make them infinite. And that was a solution which protected gameplay, which I'm all about. So remember, when you have a whinge about your content creators having input into the game, they helped. They helped.
Fuel scooping.
So yeah, that was the idea. So and that was changed very early on, which is really, really good as part of it. So when I went there, the change had already been made. So it was really, really good to hear. We're just going to have a bit of a refuel whilst we're sitting here. But yeah, that was the that's what could have happened, and it would have been a nightmare, I think. Galaric, nope. I do not.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
People are happy with the way it is, they're happy with the way it is. That's fine. Like,
Frameshift drive charging.
in the same way that engineering used to have commodities for it as well, but now you don't. And what they did is you would be like, you'd have to carry around commodities to unlock engineers and get engineering parts. And then they're like, well, all a bit of a problem, because people went, no, it's ridiculous, you have to carry it around, it's pain in the backside. So they got rid of it and they removed it. And everyone's like, oh well, you know, they're going to add commodity storage for it. It's really hard to put things like that back in the game. We have commodity storage now in the form of fleet carriers, but they haven't added it back in. So I don't think I think it's an issue. Breadcrumbs is saying if you didn't have horizons, you'd need a mining laser or something to blast rocks for synth materials. Yeah, but it limits the quality of synth materials that you can get. So it's one of them. So I don't see certain things changing back. I would always say that Frontier do protect the gameplay experience where they can. Excuse me. Tone, yeah, they didn't. A lot of people didn't. And that was the thing at the time. But more importantly, whether they did or whether they didn't, this was the better decision. For sure. So Jared is saying, what I think is the best stable way of making money ever since the mining commodities were slightly nerfed. Mining is still consistent. Bounty hunting is actually very good if you can find massacre missions. In a station next to a system with a resource extraction site. Very oddly specific. Also, there's some trading missions out there that are fantastic. So, plus exploration is also good. Right? There's so many things you could do. Often Tired, you're saying that you'd only be interested in synthing them if you could synth one that did the whole thing, the whole planet in one go. Aw, boring. I will say that passenger missions are really inconsistent. Worth bearing in mind. Mining is still viable for money making. Consider core mining. I know people are going to say that the pulse wave analyzer is broken, but if you turn it off and turn it back on again, it temporarily fixes it. So you'll notice when it stops working. So just turn it off, back on again, go again. So void opals are good. I'm full of loads and loads of useful bits, because I'm encouraging people to try and do multiple things in order to play the game. I'd rather not encourage people to do any one activity. If I can, try and do as many different activities as you can, because what you'll find is that it stops you getting bored, you learn more about the game, and all that kind of stuff. It's good. Synthable premium probes that bring you cheesecakes. Oh, what's that? Next CG reward, the Infinity Limpet. Do you think it's gold and covered in stones? No? Yeah, I mean, Rubigo is now once again back on the menu. It's really, really good for engineering materials as rewards, though. Decent quality engineering materials as well. But at the same time, that's I mean, it's unlikely that because we're getting something now that does a lot more. Tone, we don't spread that lie here, thank you. I'm not having it. I want the meme to die. I still see people every single day on Facebook falling for it. It's got to stop. It has to stop. Chief Dog, I'm doing a different route. It's all look very the same, and the system names are all very much the same because it's the same area. But what I've done is I've kind of shifted myself, well, over 100 light years in another direction, and then I'm working on a different bubble of planets, if that makes sense. Right. Oh, there's actually someone here. Right, so this one is going to require more than 6 probes. This is important. Were I still in? Yes, I did. Very interesting. I noticed that I wasn't mentioned in the number of commander names, but I did see Bloody Alec Turner. Bloody Alec Turner being mentioned in there. They had like all the lists of people. It's like, oh, you Alec Turner, like that. So I'm gonna give him some hassle about it. Of all the names to look, but there are so many names to look at. I'm scanning around, being like, okay. And there are some names that I recognised in there, which is pretty cool. You know, as a player, you look at it and you're like, nice, that's pretty cool. You know, I have my name in the game on a station, so I'm not so annoyed about it. And this is get your leap counter ready, Pro-Rock, because it's happening again. There we go. I just wanted to align things correctly, it's fine. Manix, hello, how you doing? You Wonder, you're saying you're doing everything while unlocking engineers, 2 weeks in the game, elite and exploring, 1 billion credits, and fully modified vulture in open, and it seems deserted. Well, if you want to find people, why not go to Desiat? Okay, so this one needs... oh, it also needs 6. How disappointing. I thought it might not, but it did. You want to change your command name to validating? At first I thought, man, that guy's from Busy Explorer. Yeah, Stuart, it is still there. Yeah, I just haven't shaved off yet. Secretly what it was, I had a spot under my beard, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Like a pimple. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna wait until that's gone. But yeah, I'm at the point where I really need to... oh, I've been to that one. I'm pretty sure this next one I've been to as well. Because there's a bit of an overlap between where I've been and where I've gone. Yeah. Yep. Been there. This one. Not an ideal list to work from. Not an ideal way to do it. Because it doesn't know where you've been. Yep. I mean, Alfred likes the beard as well, so that's always good. When you can't... oh, look! Who's here? Look at that! It's weird, isn't it? I'm not doing a goatee. Nope. Unless I look like my own evil twin brother. Which I don't. I don't know, Pro-Rock, that might have been you. But yeah, Desiat will have people in, but there will be people that want to kill you. You Wonder. I've told you now. There is an engineer there as well. But yeah, there will be people that want to kill you there. Hard no on the goatee. I have had one before, and I did it for fancy dress. I mean, I don't mind having facial hair and like growing. I grew it especially for like a month for a fancy dress party where I felt like I was going to... a knight would have a goatee beard. I have no idea why. Like, where I worked at the time, they thought this strict no facial hair rule, which they can't actually do. It's really wrong to have a dress code like that. So you could either have like a full beard, you can have one, but but they won't let you have facial hair going from clean shaven to full beard. You have to jump from clean shaven to full beard. You couldn't have more than a day's worth of stubble, otherwise people start mentioning it and saying you're breaching the dress code. It's like, What a shithole.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Still have nightmares of working at that place. So. Breadcrumbs, yes, you would be able to. Also, I'm using the filter on the galaxy map, which is the visited locations, so I know whether or not I've been there. So it's blue if I've been there, red if I haven't, which is working quite nicely. Stuart, did people recognise you? I think it was like, what? Who are you? Yeah.
Fuel scooping.
Prorock, that'd be weird, wouldn't it? Yeah, it doesn't seem right, does it, that a company can dictate whether or not you can have long hair. It's a little bit funny because, I mean, there are certain religions in which having a beard is expected, or it's not like that kind of thing. Like, are they against that? I don't know. Who knows?
Hello there.
So Thomas Baldwin, you have to do Ammonia planets. Flip1234, thank you for the follow. But yeah, it's got to be Ammonia. It just seems wrong to me. I think it's a bit for non-customer facing roles even. And to be honest, it doesn't matter if you've got beard or not. It doesn't affect your ability to do your job, unless that job is, I don't know, your entire job is not having a beard. Just saying. So, and also in winter, it's great having a beard because it actually reduces the wind chill on your face and stops your face from drying out. Just saying. Shred, you're not doing this community goal because it's too labour intensive. It actually isn't that bad. He thought Ammonia Planet's game gave 3 points and none gave 1. Is that wrong? Apparently so, Thomas. It seems poorly written. But what you do is you will have been paid extra for that exploration data you handed in. That's what would have happened. So yeah, that's it. You wonder, you're saying, are there any corporations or clans operating in open focusing or PvP actions? Some good guys PvP such as pirate and gank hunting operations. Yes, there are. I do not know who. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, there's breadcrumbs, exactly that. It's like, what? Yeah, but the beard is going to have to go as well because I've had a bit of a snotty nose the last couple of days, and there's only so many times I can wash my face to get snot out of my tash. So I'm not. It's grim. I'm not doing it. It's as simple as that. It's grim. Simon, it'll definitely help. What will happen next is, I mean, save your big exploration trips for the next 2 weeks. Because when the community goal finishes, there'll be a huge buff in exploration data at this station. So what you might as well do is take part in the community goal, and then do like a week's trip out, turn around and come back, because it's a 2-week buff for exploration data, where it can be paying potentially up to 4 times as much. So that's pretty good. Cartel Gaming, hello. Doing alright, mate. Doing alright. Different bonus, Prorock. Different bonus. Because obviously you want to do the community goal. So do the community goal. Get your thing. Do what's it thing? Yeah, because it shouldn't be here. Definitely shouldn't. So it will last even longer. It's one of those. So Alan, you're saying you had a massive nosebleed last night. You regretted facial hair after having it. It was matted. Oh, it was all matted in dry blood. But it would have reduced the amount that got on your pillow, maybe a bit.
4, 3, 2,
Saying. I mean, assuming it happened when you were asleep. But if you're awake for it, I mean, you just make sure you get your tissue under here. Baby Ray is saying you're glad the new CG seems to be a nice mix of everything. Players are trying to do. Yeah, it's good. Maybe on your keyboard, had to do your work. What is sleep? Oh, buddy.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Did we scan? Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on blood thinners. I have to give myself an injection every single night for blood thinners because I've got a blood clot in my heart as a side effect of having cancer and also the treatment I'm on for said cancer. So I've had to do that a few times, stick it in like every night, and it's super annoying because it just doesn't stop. I find snorting cold water and then snorting it out again can cause a vasoconstriction, so it can help reduce it, which is quite nice. Also, at the same time, I get to the point where I'm like, grab a piece of tissue, just bug it up there. I'm like, I'll worry about it if it bleeds through. As long as you keep your head reasonably down and forward, then you're not up, you're okay. But that's what I find. It's not medical advice, don't do it. I told you. Fucking hell, yeah, Fragment. Over on my vlog channel, probably tomorrow, I'm going to record a vlog showing what medication I have to take each day, because it's like 9 tablets and an injection, so it's all kinds of fun. Shish Kebab, you're saying that you play Elite but you've not been keeping up with the news. What is it you hear about Ammonia planets? Well, there's currently a community goal where the goal of it is to hand in mapping data for Ammonia planets. And you get a core module at the end that's pretty unique that you can't actually make yourself as a player. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's kind of the gist of it. Also, it's worth bearing in mind that Ammonia planets are typically Thargoid territory. So you have to watch out for stuff like that. Tented Cheesecake, I am back on them from today, yeah. From today. I didn't have to I can't take a week off of all of them, because if I did, I'd be in trouble. Paul, yeah, the community guild started last week. Last Thursday. They always start on the Thursday, or have done so far historically. You never know, do you? It could change. Where's the best to potentially find undiscovered? That's when fleet carrier before needing to mine a full tank. Right. In order to find, let's be looking at chat. To find undiscovered places, you need to go as far away from the bubble as possible, away from anything that looks remotely interesting. If you go near any nebulas, it's going to be completely scanned, tagged, you name it. If you go towards... Whoa, they are some insanely close planets. Oh, okay, this is a ringed ammonia, so we've got a plan for this one. You wonder, it's going to be at that station. Only at that station. Right, let's line ourselves properly. Because a ring can get in the way of your probe, so you need to make sure you line yourself up in the right orientation for the planet, which I'm trying to do. So what I'm doing is we want to get the ring as thin as possible, so it's almost not there, it's preferable. Simon, I've scanned... I've got 210 reports, but the reports are times by 3. So, I mean, 210, does that even go into 3? Doesn't, does it? Like 70? Okay, I think it's about 70. I think it's actually, is it 210 or is it 201? I think it might actually be... Yeah, I've only done 201, so work that out. But yeah, so here we can see this planet has 7. So to me, 7 would normally mean... I mean, I'd be able to do it in 6, no worries. But because of the ring, I've lined myself up at it so that when I fire them, they'll go this way. They won't hit the rings. If it's like that and I want to get to the other side of the planet, I'd fire and it would hit the ring instead. So that's why we need to be lined up appropriately. And plus it tells you when you're going to hit the ring too, so... As 201 is that 67, is it? Is that what you're saying about? I thought I'd done more than that.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Good news is we're about to have a kitten appearance. Come on, Alfred. Come say hello to your adoring fans. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Yep, kitten time. So, I fudged this one. Yeah. I thought I'd do it in 6. Turns out, I didn't. So we've got the little Alfred. Invertebrate, no one's going to do that. No one's going to do it on the mining. You can purchase it from certain stations for between 40 and 4,000 credits, so there's got a couple of differences. Hey buddy, how you doing, fella? Yeah? Complete. Right, we'll switch over to the big screen for Alfred. Here we have Alfred. Alfred's a kitten. He's looking more and more like a cat every day. Where you off to? Where you off to, buddy? Yeah, I know, it's awful, isn't it? Is it awful having cuddles? Yeah. Up onto the shoulder he goes. He is, oh, Inveterate, there is a button that you can bind it to, which is called Rear View. FSS Rear View. And you press it, and you can see behind the planet. It's good. It's very useful. Hey, buddy. What you doing? What you doing, fella? What you doing? You've got a really sore neck on that side, so I can't really do much. But he's recently taken to hate his own tail. He really does not like his own tail at all. But yeah, make sure you hit like for Alfred, because why not? Been streaming for an hour and 50 minutes. I'm supposed to talk about hitting the like button, aren't I? As a YouTuber, it's something that I'm meant to be doing. So yeah, please do. I'd appreciate it. So Alfred he's off to go and mess stuff up, which is the polite version of what I normally say he's up to. Thank you. You're not doing that. But yeah, you don't have to fly around planets. You can see the rear of them. Alright, he's off. Yeah, I always try to make sure that I treat my cat as best I can on stream, because I'm super worried of people thinking that I'm mean to my cat. I don't know why. It's kind of like I want people to know how much I love my animal. You know, he's my dude, he's my pet.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, also what you can do,
Hello there.
talking about fleet carriers, Railfan, thank you for the follow, is that you can open purchase orders and you can buy it from other players. So you open up a purchase order on your fleet carrier saying, I want to buy 2,000 tons of tritium, and then people will come and sell it to you, because they'll make a profit. So it's pretty good. But yeah, what I was going to say about hitting the like button, please do. It's free. It's a great way for you to go and show support of the channel. The more likes that you drop, the more treats Alfred will get. How about that? How was the turkey doing? And sit up straight. Black Knight, thank you for the sitting up straight one. I'm not sure how the turkey's doing. How's the turkey doing? It is doing. So, that's good, that's positive. It means it's cooking. Invertebrate, they show up on all the third-party tools. If you've got EDSM installed, then it will know. Fucking hell, yeah, they do. It's a nightmare. Last night he was sitting on top of the router for the internet. Just sat on top of it, just tapping wires, not chewing them. Techno cheesecake. It's actually a late Thanksgiving. So there. No, treats, J26. He gets food anyway, but he gets extra treats if we get more likes, obviously. Plus, if you guys fancy subscribing because you're enjoying the stream, then please do as well. I stream typically 3 times a week, as long as my health allows it, because I'm yet another streamer who has a health condition, because I feel like it's the thing we do. Steve, I'm the one actually preparing it and cooking it, and it's not a whole turkey. It's a turkey breast joint. It's stuffed, wrapped in bacon. Should be good. Did I marry a colonist? Technically, no, because she grew up there, so she's not actually a colonist. A colonial, you might say. So yeah, good at that. But yeah, also I do the roast potatoes as well, because I'm roast potatoes, parsnips, carrots. Gonna make some gravy. I'm all about that stuff. So, ouch. Dear back, dear neck, please stop hurting. System man.
Oh, yeah.
Alan, thank you very much. The good news is that Alfred is super into Dreamies. What a surprise. We're trying to teach him how to sit, so we're good. Shish kebab, I'm not doing Road to Riches, I'm using EDDB instead. So, it's all good. Tenant cheesecake, is there space for one more? What did I say? One more what? I know, I'm not joking. So, okay, right. So every year, about Thanksgiving, this thing. Right. So, is there one more for dinner? No, there's not. We've got enough turkey for 8 though, apparently. So the reason why we do Thanksgiving is because my wife is American. Now, since she moved here, it was a big sacrifice and it was a big move. She was happy to do it. But there are some things that I want to be able to do in order to minimise being homesick, because there are some things that you don't do in the UK that you do in America. And every year since she's moved here, I've cooked her Thanksgiving dinner, and I have previously cooked the roast dinner while she's been at work, because I used to have Thursdays off and it's always a Thursday, so I used to have Thursdays off work, she'd be at work, and I would cook the roast dinner. I would bake a chocolate pecan pie, and I'd do all of these things. The first year I cooked a chocolate pecan pie, I ended up cooking 2 and a couple of small ones because I made too much. I'd never blind baked pastry before, so that was an experience too. I used rice to do it, but yeah. And so it's the little things that I can do in order to make my wife happy. Buy some root beer as well, and I cook a roast dinner. There are certain things that I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like a sweet potato casserole apparently is where you have a sweet potato, mashed sweet potato, you put marshmallows on top. I'm never doing that. So yeah, I thought it's a nice thing to do for my wife. Plus, I get a roast dinner. No worries there. So invertebrate pecan, yeah, it's a nut. Very nice though. Chocolate pecan pie is very, very tasty. Maple syrup, chocolate, melted chocolate, an egg. I think an egg. But yeah, it's like quite a nice chocolatey, rich pie that you get out of it. More of a flan in my mind, or because there's no topping, there's no pie crust on top. So anyway, no firing guns in celebratory fashion. Inveterate, she is from upstate New York. That's going to be vague, but I'm not going to get any more specific than that, because it's the internet. Yeah, marshmallow on mash is awful. Does it taste like Nutella? No, it doesn't. It tastes better than Nutella. Different, texture-wise, very different though. Pretty tasty. I like it. But there you go. I'm not a horrible person, people think. Sweet potato casserole is awesome, Rail fan, you're saying. I don't know, man. It sounds like the kind of thing that people that don't know what to do with sweet potato would cook. To me, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like people that don't know what they're doing. I'll go be honest. It sounds like ass. If I'm going to say, it's like, yeah, that sounds positively Vile. Oh, this is a 10. This is a 10 planet, by the way. So we need to pull it in a little bit for our probe launchings. Concentrate on the game for a minute. We're going to send a little bit around the back, but not too far around the back. This is not... I don't really know how to do this one. Still subtether, yeah, you do.
Surface scanned.
It says ring. It says ring, like, so there, I don't know if you guys can see that. It says it. Yeah, it's like a dessert. No, it's not. If it's potato, it's not a dessert. It's like sweet potato pie. Stop. Not everything needs to be a pie. Leave it alone. It's not right. But yeah, that's just me. I'm like, I can't do it. But yeah, upstate is like northern New York. It's basically Canada. That's the running joke. Is like, yeah, it's basically Canada. Yeah. Pie, you hate pumpkin pie. I don't like pumpkin. I don't understand the idea. It's just like the spice is the thing that like pumpkins are crap.
You're wrong. Pumpkin pie is delicious.
Okay, pumpkins are crap food. They shouldn't be eaten by anyone apart from porcupines. Now, and that's super cute. You know.
You eat squash, and that's basically the same thing.
It's not a pumpkin though. So, you know, no, pumpkins and squashes aren't the same. They might be related, but they're not the same. I'm not doing this. It's like the same way that you wouldn't eat roast cassava, even though it's similar to a potato. We'll save this argument for when I'm not streaming, and then I get to be told how I'm wrong. Basically, I have invoked the wrath of Mrs. Plater. So let's carrot pie. No, that's wrong. You wonder. You got to be in the top 75%. Yeah, I'm going to be in trouble. Oh, come on! I fudged this completely talking about pies. A pumpkin is a squash, yes. But it doesn't necessarily be switched in with it. Like a butternut squash is something different. Like the flavour, it has some flavour to it. Pumpkins are just pumpkins. No, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. But yeah, right. So yeah, as you see, I totally fudged that one. Because I wasn't concentrating. Well, blame me not concentrating, despite it probably wasn't that was the problem. Honestly, it was the ring that I undercommitted. And Shower's provoking me with the talk of tea. Because I don't like tea. It's well established that I don't like tea. Maybe I haven't tried pumpkin cooked in the right way. Here's the thing, right? If you have to try to make something taste good, there's something wrong with that thing. That's my issue. Oh no, we're this isn't working out how I thought it would. It's not right, actually. I'm having to do some I'm having to do way more. Got way more overlap than I thought there would be. We're in the overlap section big time. Which is a problem. Carrot cake. Carrot cake's fine. So that filter is under map here. So you've got realistic map power play, and then you change the visited styles. Techno cheesecake, that is where it is. Yeah, no, it's like that. Just like that. It doesn't seem right to me that if you have to mess with something that heavily, then maybe it's just not nice. Oh god, so many places we've already been. It shouldn't be like this. I don't know, maybe it would be. I didn't think that I would hit this at this point. We might have to rethink, have a hand in and have a rethink of how we do it. Is that why we put kidneys in a pie? Kidneys don't really taste of anything apart from they taste kind of meaty. That's fine. Right, I'm gonna say that much. That's fine. Steak and kidney pies are awesome. I mean, the steak is what makes it taste nice. Right, we got one. But yeah, I mean, it's like liver and bacon. The reason why you have liver and bacon is because the bacon tastes everything. Makes everything taste good. Stephen, hey, how you doing? You're saying pumpkin pie is amazing. Oh no. It's great you're saying hello, but it's bad you're saying pumpkin pie is amazing. But no, I'm not a huge fan of waffle. I've had a rabbit stew before, and it was literally a whole rabbit kidney like this, just sat in there, and I'm like, huh. Let's give it a neat and see what it's like. Rail fan, all right, take it, bud. Thank you for dropping in. But yeah, so what typically happens with the reason why you put offal in a pie, so bits and bobs, is to fill it out. I think mass-produced meat has really reduced that happening at this point. But there is a lot of flavour to be had in like the giblets for a chicken or a turkey for gravy. There is that. I think often we're so detached from the food that we like to eat with meat. Oh Ray, we just don't eat pumpkins. Pumpkins are literally, you buy them at Halloween, you hollow them out, and you carve it. You're done. That's what you do. So Vortex is saying, as kids, you always thought who'd get the kidney when Grandma made rabbit stew. Oh. Have I tried Cornish pie? I don't know what that is still, Sotover. Pumpkin soup. Not a fan of pumpkins. I don't think they taste good. So this is my thing about them not being eaten. Basil pesto eaten. No, pesto's quite nice. Lee saying, as kids we had turnips. You would do. Cushaw. It's a huge gourd. It tastes like a mild pumpkin pie. Probably wouldn't like it then.
Frameshift drive charging.
I honestly probably wouldn't like it. Yeah, it's a problem. Ray, you're asking kosher. You're asking if I'm kosher? I don't care. I eat anything. I don't care what I eat. I have no restrictions on anything that I eat. I'm anti-theist, so. Washua, you're saying better than the shite in Watford General Hospital. Lol. Can confirm Watford General Hospital has awful food. Awful food. What I will say though is Mount Vernon Hospital is worse. Hey Nix, we are taking part in the community goal, and we're also talking about food now, because I'm cooking a late belated Thanksgiving dinner as we speak. Can you get a cooking channel? No. Washoy, I was there after having 2 lots of surgery, having a thyroidectomy. Mount Vernon Hospital is an absolute turd hole. Because you only go there when you've got cancer, so it's not a good experience. Oh right, there we go. Pulled paprika. Okay. Yeah, I mean I can cook. I actually know how to cook. So
hello there.
Elodin, thank you for the follow. A thyroidectomy, no, a thyroidectomy. It wasn't, having to have 2 of them means it wasn't very thorough the first time. I'll tell you that much. British versus yeah, and Arith, isn't that a bit like? Isn't that a bit kind of like a bit overplayed on YouTube, isn't it? If we've come to it about 5 years ago, maybe. But I'm like, nah. Filled, not pulled. Right. Filled paprika. I'm still confused. Oh, do you mean stuffed peppers? Isn't streaming video games? Yeah, but I started that 4 years ago, before it was over. And obviously it can't be that bad, can it? Like, can't be that bad if I've got people watching. Yeah, peppers. Yeah, Ray, right, okay. So, stuffed peppers, I typically stuff mine with, or what I used to, it'd be like a spicy beef mix with some cheese and stuff, like, all very tasty. Hospital food is always horrible. Also, I had to, when I had surgery, my last lot of surgery a couple of years ago, and I was in Luton, horrible. I couldn't eat properly after, so for a while I was being fed by tube. So I had a tube down my nose, nasal gastric tube, and then I was having food essentially pumped into my stomach because I had some nerve damage in my neck, which meant that I couldn't. My swallow reflex was damaged, so everything would go down the wrong way. I couldn't drink, couldn't eat, could barely talk as well. So a lot of people, that was great, really, really good for them. You know, a lot of people was like, yeah, finally shuts up, but it was bad. Like I lost 5 kilos in 5 days because I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink. So all my fluids were being put in via nasal gastric tube and also through IV. And then the food after. Like, okay, you can have, like, because I learned, I had to relearn how to eat again and drink, and it started off with some yogurt. And that's how it began. And it was like, cool, that was great, that was wonderful. Yogurt was fantastic. Having not eaten anything for 5 days, it was brilliant for me being able to eat something. But the food option is like, okay, yeah, you've got to have soft food, and everything's blended. And it's like, ugh. Like, everything was blended, and just like... They made everything was like, okay, so there are peas on the plate. Alright, so one of the dinners that I had, there were peas on the plate, and what they'd done is they'd liquidized them, essentially, so they were soft, put them in a mould, and then turned them out onto the plate. So it was like cottage pie with a side of peas. So they had them there, and it was like this lumpy. It was just made to look like they were peas, like a kid's toy. You know, if they had like a pretend food, it would look like that. It was just like, oh my god, what is that? What is that? Like, ugh. I don't even know. You know, Rice Krispie cakes. Oh god, that's one thing. But yeah, it was like mushy peas invertebrate, but then reformed into peas, and I'm like, oh dude. You can ask Commander Scorpius. He came to visit me, and he was just like, that looks bad. It looks really bad. And one of the dinners they gave me was the wrong type, because they'd given me a blended dinner instead of a soft dinner. So they switched it halfway through, and I'm like, no, don't. I actually like this. This is alright, because it had fish pie, and it was super liquidized, and Fipple, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. You alright? But yeah, hospital food has a bad reputation for a good reason. It's always overcooked, oversteamed, mush. Because it has to be inoffensive. It can't be too hard, it can't be too crunchy, it can't be too fatty. Obviously it's supposed to be healthy. But I did have quite a nice salmon teriyaki noodles after surgery in Watford once. That was quite nice. That was pretty tasty, actually. Whoa! I think the word "fwip."
System scan complete.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay. That was not a squeaky bumhole moment at all. Not remotely. There's that duck moment. It's like, no! Stephen said the last hospital movie had to contain some of his hair, and it was so long. Oh, no, let's not talk about that one. Let's not. No. So Fibble, you're saying that you're just 3 hours in. You started with 95,000, and you have a good enough adder for mining. Nice. So it's going to make you a lot of money depending on what you're mining, but don't rush your money. Don't feel like a rush. Making money is so much easier in the game that your natural gameplay will be good. Yeah, normally the flossing comes after the eating. I'd be like, nah, let's not talk about that. It's grim. That's like proper grim. But yeah, so the times that I've had food in Mount Vernon, I was on a restricted diet because I was on a special low iodine diet because I was having a radioactive iodine treatment there. And so the idea is that they starve your body of iodine so that your thyroid cells are desperate to take it up. It uses up everything it's got. So essentially, any iodine that you take in should be taken up by your thyroid. That's the idea behind it. And I had this low iodine diet, so it's no seafood, no cheese, no dairy, and like, what are you supposed to do when you've got that? None of that. Like that rules out a lot of foods, and no bright green vegetables either. So suddenly you're like, oh, okay, you're really restricted on your diet of what you can and can't eat. And then that diet has to continue whilst you're in the hospital. So they give you something like, here you go, here's some chicken goujons and rice. Great. Washoi, okay, you're saying, ooh, nasty food stories, you live in Japan now, but you're from Ricky. Alright, okay, hospitals are crazy expensive, but food is better, I imagine. So you're no cheese. So what I was actually desperate for was, like, by the end of it, it was really weird, because you think you'd miss it, because suddenly as soon as you're being told you can't have something, you're like, well, now I want it. Now I want it, don't I? I want it. So I wanted basically fish and chips and pizza. That was it. Like, but also I was radioactive when I came home, so I had to stay away from my wife as much as possible. We're allowed 15 minutes per day with being next to each other. Yeah, Vortex, the picture of the chicken and the rice, where it was like chicken in gravy, and someone asked me, is that lime scale in gravy? Lime scale in gravy. That's what it looked like. That, and I used to eat a lot. Like, I used to be able to just pack it in, and obviously I couldn't, could I? So, what does my wife think of English fish and chips? I'm going to answer for her, and I think I'm going to get it right. Is that she likes it. She's not a huge fan of fish at all, because she didn't really grow up eating it that much. But fish and chips is good. It's one of the few fishes that she will eat. It's an acceptable meal, but it is best served at the seaside. How did I do?
Yeah.
Pretty much nail it? There you go. Cool Blue Jay say, be on the lookout for someone on Twitch named PGrace8503. That be me. Why am I on the lookout for you? Why am I doing that? Fibble, I am in an Asp Explorer. P Grace, hello. Dude, you just said it like that. It's like, it's fine. It's like, why am I on the lookout for you? You just gotta say hello. Cod or haddock? Cod. Show you saying I have no muscles. Outrageous. Of course I do. But I like mussels. I'll eat them. I like myself a nice seafood linguine. Mussels are important. You've got to clean them though. I don't want any of this. Well, that's ridiculous. That's the place we've got to turn in at. I don't like any grit in my mussels. I'm disappointed when it's like that. But yeah, mussels and ice cream and white wine sauce. Yeah, I'm into it. Chief Dog is saying, will the Crate Phantom work for this community goal? Yes, 100%. P. Grace, I do have a Discord that people are welcome to come and join. Link is there's down below me on Twitch. That's there, and I'm sure it will drop into chat any moment.
Frameshift drive charging.
Any moment. On both sides. There we go. Look, I've got good mods. I say they're just good. They just work, you know. But yeah, some of the best fish and chips I've had have been on the British coast, definitely without a doubt. I've lived all over, and you don't get better than that. Baker is saying British. There's a T in it. Thank you very much. And I think you'll find proper British people say the T. Just saying. We either say the T enough or not enough. Just saying. Yeah, I gave you. Todd Howard, did you? Todded you? Black Knight is saying you used to cook in a fish shop and you still love fish and chips. Good, because working in something that you enjoy can often ruin it for you, can't it? British people like micro crisp, computer crisp, French chips. What? No, crisps and chips are different. Why would you call a chip that is finely sliced and super crispy anything apart from a crisp? The Americans say British because they can't pronounce water. That one. Same thing. But then again, here's the thing about transatlantic English is more accurate of how English was originally pronounced back in the day. It is just that kind of, there are certain aspects to it where the transatlantic English is a bit of a relic from the past. Invertebrate, vinegar is grim. I've got to say that I do not like vinegar. I think it's absolutely disgusting. I don't like red wine because of it either, so I need to get rid of it. You wonder, you say you're at a black market where the service is restricted. Black markets are faction dependent, so if a certain faction is in there, a black market will be turned off. English was invented by French men-at-arms chatting up German barmaids. That makes no sense. Yeah, vinegar is great. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it. I find it offensive. Regardless of the kind, they're all the same. It's the thing that makes them vinegar that I dislike. Gotta say it. There you go. Gotta say it. I think that if you need it to have something taste nice or to eat a food, you don't like the food. Rich is saying, how come I'm finding so many ammonia worlds? I'm using eddb.io, so it's a website, and I'm filtering for ammonia worlds, so I know exactly what I'm after and where to go. There are lots of them out there. Lots of options. Well, Samick is amazing. No, it's not. Maybe if you're Jamie Oliver from 15 years ago it is, but no. Actually, invertebrate. Not hardening snot. Having to clean it to get the wet snot out after brushing my nose, blowing my nose. Actually, no one's this lucky. That's for sure. Knowing my luck, though, this is where all my luck would be used up. So, wait, what?
Hello there.
Papa Norma, thank you for the follow. Welcome. How you doing? Ketchup is the best condiment. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Hello there.
It's not at all. Washoy, thank you for the follow. Oh, arigato. No, it's just not. It's grim. Really, really grim. You wonder, yeah, it can be certain certain factions, like dictatorships, for example, they disable them. We're an independent dictatorship in my player group, and the ones that we have don't have them because of it. No, brown sauce is disgusting. So salad cream. Mayonnaise is also actually vile. Who the hell whips up eggs and oil and goes, mmm, delicious? No. Stop, people, stop. The thing is, like the only real condiment that I like is barbecue sauce. And I like barbecue sauce in a burger. But it can't be too vinegary, because I won't like it. There you go. Like potato salad, that's a myth. That potato salad isn't even a real thing. Like, let's be honest. It's potatoes and mayonnaise. That is grim. Like, who came up with that? There's someone out there that invented it. Like, who decided that? Let me boil up some potatoes, or let them go cold, and then mix them with mayonnaise, and then be like, mmm, potato salad. No, stop, 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 stop. Actually, I like lots of food. Lots and lots of food. I like all kinds. But there are certain things I just think are totally grim. They just smell like ass. That's it. And the things that we've already listed and gone through are the things that I think smell like ass. Unless you're a dog, ass is not something you particularly want to be smelling, is it? No. No, it's not. I don't like Marmite. Tone, you know I don't like tea. No, mustard's grim. Don't like mustard. Don't like mint sauce on my lamb either. Not having it. You just totally. Do I like Brussels sprouts? Yeah, they're fine. Cooked up with a little bit of bacon. There you go. Pineapple on Kura country. How dare you swear? You take that back. Kill the Jedi. Count Jedi. Hey, how you doing? What about whiskey for everything? I mean, whiskey's acceptable. Garlic bread. Yeah, garlic bread's fine. Nothing wrong with garlic bread. What about grilled asparagus? Yeah, fine. Horseradish sauce. Guess what, Simon? No way, man. No way. Can't do it. I like it. Sprouts, bacon, and shiny melted butter. It's ambrosia. Yeah, actually, it's very good with your Christmas dinner having sprouts like that. Alan, you say pineapple is awful. You love pizza, pineapple is awful. To make it worse, you got a thing for this last community and she hates pizza. Is it even worth it? Yes. There you go. Do I like salt and pepper? Yes, I do. Tone, are you saying my mother has the patience of a saint? She doesn't at all. But also, what it did mean is less effort. My mother was a chef. So, Tackle Lover, you're saying Hawaiian pizza is awesome. No. Then you say Hawaiian, but it was invented in Canada. It was invented in Canada! What do Canadians know about pizza? Van, you say there are only 2 rules to pizza toppings: no fruit, no fish. Interesting. I've never really had. British invented. No, Washoy, we didn't invent it. It was invented for us. John, you're saying that you like the new Plater cooking channel. It's basically telling everyone that stuff's bad, right? That's what we do. Like, no, that's bad. That's bad. No, none of that. That's not. But yeah, curry is fantastic though. We're talking about curry. Curry's great. Great job. Like, it's probably the one good thing that came out of the British Empire is curry in its form. No fruit, but layer of tomato. Okay, right. The difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is knowing tomato is fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. There you go. Tony, you say you like corned beef? I actually like corned beef because it's salty and beefy. And I like it on a white bread sandwich because it's totally guilt-ridden of the that's bad food, and I'm like, yeah, it is. So yeah, there you go. That's my thoughts on it. Aren't we having this conversation about food that's bad? And I'll tell you why you're bad. Plated by Plater. Oh, not bad. Cornish pasties are fantastic, Dean. They are the food of the gods. They are truly a food of the gods. They're the complete meal. What more could you want? Like, I love me a Cornish pasty. So that's one of the things that I love going to Cornwall for. William, if I'm making you want to go through a bunch of work for food, then I obviously must be talented at talking about food. I need to stop because I haven't really had lunch. So it's going to get me in trouble. John, corned beef with onion finely chopped and brown sauce. No! Too many ingredients. Too many ingredients. I'm watching a lot of MasterChef at the moment in my downtime. I watch a bit of MasterChef, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's great. Like I particularly like the stuff where they really miss the mark. Isn't that rude? Plated by Plater. No, how's that rude? I mean, Kuro, you can just go for it, man. Do whatever you want. But yeah, I'm pretty kind of like. I used to be really, really food driven. My relationship with food has gone downhill since starting the medication that I'm currently on now, because it gives me a really badly upset stomach. Chairman Mouse, no, I did. I got them. It was stable. Things are good. Also, I've had a week off of my medication, which has been lovely. So, all in all, I'm not going to complain too much. Things are alright. I like a good lamb stew with bread. Taco lover, yeah, agreed. All this talk of food, and I've got food in the oven, and it's not done yet. It's actually torturous. So maybe we move on from this conversation topic. Yeah, Chairman Mouse, I do. I get to calm down a bit and not have huge amounts of stress. But yeah, it could be good. But yeah, like I say, dodgy tummy because of meds is a bit of a nightmare. It's not good. It's not what you want to be happening. You kind of want to be able to relax and eat your food and not have to worry about how fast it's coming out the bottom. Because that's kind of what I have to worry about at the moment, is how quickly it moves through my digestive tract. But the good news is that today I weighed myself and I was 73 kilos. That means that I put on 3 kilos basically over the last week. So it's good. How's the posture going, Techno Cheesecake? Not great. Anariath, we did establish it. We're having such a late Thanksgiving because I had a really badly upset stomach on the day of Thanksgiving, and I couldn't face cooking that. So, Alan, no, he jumped off my shoulder. I don't know where he is at the moment. Could be anywhere. He is a ninja. The Gamesman. I can recommend my play group. We're a good bunch. We're very knowledgeable. Also, I know loads of stuff personally also have a YouTube channel with a bunch of stuff on that can help. How to outfit for mining is a good one. How to outfit for bounty hunting, exploration. Got you covered, all of that stuff. But yeah, 3 kilos in a week is pretty good going. And now I need to try and keep it on, which is going to be the difficult bit. I think I can do it. Actually, Alfred, as a ninja, wouldn't have a katana. He would have a ninja toe. That's what it's called. He wouldn't have a katana. He'd have a straight edge sword. Just so we know. Simon, you're saying you're in my playgroup now. You're Commander Saint Omar. Well, welcome to the playgroup. We have missions and orders. If people want to take part in them, you are welcome to. Yep. I want to put more weight on those. It's fine. Oh, put more weight on. Turkey's fantastic. Good lean protein. Van, I would take it from you at this point. Thing is that my weight, especially having been a fighter, I struggled quite a bit with my weight. Like, I was always over 80 kilos. That's my weight category, was over 85, or over 80. And I kind of like, I always could have gone light. I always could have gone lighter, but I never had the motivation to. Until one time, I pushed myself under the 80 kilo mark, turned up at a tournament, and I got down to just under 80. And it was unfortunately, the weight category for the tournament was under 79 kilos. It was just it just had a weird weight category for it. So I'd proper dehydrated myself, worked myself down, and got under that weight. And then it turns out it was different, and I was still 600 grams off. And I'm like, oh my god, screw it, I'm having a Mars bar. Ended up fighting in a higher weight category anyways. It was like great. But yeah, I always fought within, because I quite long legs, long arms. And hit hard, so I kind of fit in with the larger guys. So that was always fun. But yeah, I eventually got my weight down to under 80 kilos, like comfortably under 80 kilos, whilst being lean and strong by doing weightlifting and being in the gym 6 times a week, which was great. It's wonderful. Superpowers. That's what it's like having. Wasn't tired ever, but I was always achy. Alfred is also proficient with the Naginata whilst we're there. Pretty good with that. You can believe me or not, it is your choice. Not saying you should believe exactly what I say there. Sylvia, I did my first martial art I studied was Shotokan Karate, and I studied that from the age of 7 through to the age of 16. Well, no, actually, age of 18 and a bit further. And then I took up full contact kickboxing when I went to university at 18. I never really tried that hard. I was just like into the club aspect of it, and I already had martial arts ability, so I was like, yeah, I fit in totally, yeah. But then I did freestyle kickboxing and K1 kickboxing. When I was in my early 20s, mid-20s. Yeah, I did that. And then I did a spot Thai boxing when I was in my early 30s, pre-cancer. It's definitely a it's a struggle when it comes to like leading down. I did a bit of MMA. I did enough MMA training that if I could have got the fights, I would have been able to compete. As long as I tried to stay stood up for as long as possible, I could win a fight. It was that kind of point. But yeah. Dumyapple. Yeah, I am using EDDB. Any tips on where they're more likely to be found? No, but EDDB will just tell you exactly where they are. So That's all good. John, I am now 36 years old. Which actually is 2 years older than everyone was expecting me to last with the whole cancer thing, so that's good. But yeah, 36. But I still have like the fighting mindset and the martial arts mindset. But what I really do miss is I miss the physicality of it and being able to go out and do it and do all that kind of stuff. Kind of ruined the fun of it. Yeah, Damioco, it's kind of, that's. It got annoyed. I got annoyed when I couldn't do it at all. So. It was a bit of a pain. Yeah, kill the Jedi, or you get told off for posting links.
Hello there.
Zastro, thank you for subscribing. I would love to be able to go back in and do martial arts. Just COVID being what COVID is like is that it's a bit difficult. Nice Wushu. See, Wushu is wicked. I love Wushu. I wish that I hadn't focused so much on the karate side of things where you've got your low grounded stance fixed to the ground. Like, if I could kick people in the face with both feet on the ground, I would have done it. I was like that. I was like a you'd have to push me, and it's like, no, can't do it. Chairman Mouse, I assume so. I'd rather not have to find out. If I could, then if I had to, I would obviously throw hands, but violence is preferably a last resort always. So Yellow Cave Roll saying, do I like the Crate Phantom over the Aspect Explorer once credits are concerned anymore? I like both. I like the open visuals of the Aspect Explorer. The Crate Phantom, obviously having the same crate cockpit, means you do have a little bit of stuff up in the top corners, which I'm not super keen on. So that's it. Pro Rock, not ignored, mate. I just joining in with everything. So we've got groups, player group, dick. I'm not saying dick, by the way, I'm saying tick. Tent and Cheesecake, yeah, we'll be friends. Alright, mate. I think at this point we can be friends. Done. But yeah, I mean, I would love to get back into the mental discipline side of it, and because I mean, my mental discipline is pretty good. I think I'm quite mentally quite strong. To have to deal with everything I've been through and still keep going, then yeah, I think I would be mentally quite strong. I guess, I assume so. I haven't given up yet. But I would still like to do it. I don't know if I don't know if it would be encouraged. Because of the blood thinners, again, I'm going to bruise like a peach, so that would be interesting. It's, yeah, bruise. I don't know, lungs full of cancer, maybe it could be a problem. But I'm well up for it. I mean, totally up for it. As long as it was safe to do so. And I don't want to do martial arts that don't involve hitting people either, or people trying to hit me. Because what's the point? What is the actual point? I don't see the point of non-contact martial arts whatsoever. I don't. Tai Chi is an exception, though. I will say that because Tai Chi is different. Tai Chi is not. It's done for a very, very different reason. Well, it depends on how you do Tai Chi. I know someone that did Tai Chi, and he was very good at the fighting side of things, and it was just he was like made out of stone.
Surface scan complete.
What about people trying to shake you and break your limbs with ice punching you? Oh, Van, you're gonna have to correct spell a typo in there because I don't know exactly what you mean. Alright, this is going to be the last system that we're scanning. Gamesman, you're saying you boxed a long time ago, you're welterweight and you wanted to go lightweight. You dropped the weight but you felt so weak. Yeah, that's a problem. Does jiu-jitsu count? I couldn't do jiu-jitsu because of my neck is too weak. I couldn't have it cranked or twisted. I can't have that. Not until I was like really rebuilt the strength of my neck, because it's not. I had a lot of muscle stripped out. So no. That would be a big old no to that one. Yeah. No. I'm also claustrophobic, so I really dislike grappling. So it means I'm very good at getting out of them. No, it doesn't. I don't think it will van that much. The fact that I haven't taken a punch for a very, very long time will likely be the thing that causes me to struggle. I've always had a very, very good jaw. I've never been knocked out. Never been knocked out. Have knocked people out, but have never been knocked out. Ray saying you started Wing Chun a while ago. Want to see if it's there with Bruce Lee and Ip Man. Wicked. Due to how she had to stop. Nah, that's rubbish. It's always rubbish when you have to stop doing something that you enjoy or you're really into. I keep talking about going back to the gym, but I've had a bit of a sniffle and a cold this week. Classic. You have your hang on. Excuse me. You have your break off of your meds, and then you get sick, guaranteed. Like, damn it. But yeah, I think I'd like to go back to the gym, do some like cardio, some lightweight work to build some strength up around joints and stuff. It's never a bad thing to do. I have dropped people with spinning hook kicks. That was always my... I've knocked someone out on their feet with a round kick before. I caught them, and I asked them if they were okay, and they didn't respond. They just looked off into the distance and started to fall, and I'm like, oh no. And I was like, whoa, stop, like ran in, like snapped them out of it. I've also knocked people to the ground with spinning hook kicks, where they're like, they wake up when they hit the ground. And it's like that. I mean, for dojo sparring, it's luck of where you hitting them, because people always move differently, so sometimes people walk onto stuff. It's never an intention to do it. Yeah. Well, Ray, if you're still doing something that you enjoy, I would say never underestimate the idea of progression and expanding your bank of techniques that you can learn. That's what I was thinking. Simon, you're saying that you love cycling, but you fractured your spine in 3 places out of 3 years. Oh my god, dude! That must have been awful. Terrifying. For sure. I hope at least you can at least walk around and you can be comfortable. Because having a bad back is just it's one of those things where it can actually make you really, really miserable, make your life miserable. Stuart, you're saying have a bit of Maiko Moshigari Gakuzuki. Yeah, why not? Yakigari Kikomi, Kiyagi, Ushiro Moshigari. Yeah, why not? Throw them all out. Yes, thank you for the loop alert, guys. Ray saying you want to give kite surfing and you killed yourself. Dude. Alex, I use an X52 Pro. I'm pretty sure you've asked that question before. You're okay, but your back hurts. Oh, rubbish. John, you say you started with judo, very defensive, but your uncle got into boxing, you loved it at the age of 39. Then got cancer of your lung, and you can't do too much. Cancer does suck. Yeah, it does. 100% sucks. I was saying it's like, I used to be a professional kickboxer. Used to be. Van, how many reports have I submitted so far? 201. Work that one out. I don't know how it's 201, but it is 201. Oh, I totally missed there, didn't I? Ugh. Horrible planet. I thought I did so much better. Ray, you should accept me getting old. No, here's the thing, right? If you can do it, it doesn't matter what age you are, right? That's why I see it, is it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, Van, I'm still in the top 10.
Complete.
Yeah, Alex, it's a nightmare when it comes to what keybinds people use for different things, because it's different horses for different courses, as it were. Yeah, I'm already in the top 10, but I wanted to get a few more under my belt. I was at one point in the actual top 10, but no, top 10%. Oh, Ray, so you weren't too serious about the getting old? Yeah, but I'm deadly serious about not giving stuff up, if you can avoid it. The thing is, like, last year, in September, I was bodyboarding in Cornwall. So it's obviously not that bad. I know things weren't that bad, but also I weighed a lot more and I had a lot more energy because I weighed a lot more and I was able to keep my food in. So Alan, you're saying you did boxing for a bit, then you had your face smashed in by someone with a fire extinguisher on a night. Alan, how does this stuff happen to you?
Frameshift drive charging.
Like. This is like, what? How? How does this stuff happen? Obviously, with kickboxing, there's an overlap with just boxing training, so I've done a lot of the handwork for stuff like that. But I don't have the head movement. I never have. I'm more of a block and counter kind of guy, which is the karate thing that's coming in. Yeah, Ray, I know what you mean. Right, we're going to have a fuel scoop here because we don't want to run out of fuel. Because we have never run out of fuel on the stream before. I mean, it's one jump actually, so... Oh, 2 jumps. Maybe we'll have a bit more fuel. Ulf Ironhide, you're saying that the CG is a bit difficult. 5,000 on my one... Yeah. I got nothing, mate. I've got absolutely nothing. I wanted to find them on my own. So I had to cave in and use community third-party tools, unfortunately.
Warning. Temperature critical.
I didn't want to, but I'm stuck doing it.
Fuel sink disengaged.
I was jumping around initially, and I was like, everyone has their own ideas of where to find them, star types, but I'm yet to find someone that's actually correct, or reliably correct. Alex, thank you for becoming a sponsor. But yeah, if you're trying to avoid using third-party tools, I have no advice to offer. A lot of it is blind luck. M classes seem to be okay. That's what I found so far. AP, am I hyped for Odyssey? Yeah, I am. I'm also cautiously optimistic at the same time because I would like it to be good, and I do not want it to be. I don't want it to be bad. So hopefully we're alright. Stephen, you're saying you did some scanning for this CG. You're in the top 25 now, top 50. Are you going to drop down really far if you forget about it now? Maybe. Like you could drop out, so you've got to be careful. Cautiously optimistic when it comes to Odyssey. I am looking forward to it because it's more gameplay and it's going to be new. It's going to be changeably dangerous, big time. But at the same time, I need to make sure it's good. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's going to be amazing. Get it, and then just be disappointed. So. Stephen, at least you're getting paid for it. But I don't know, you could, I mean, the likelihood is you'll be in the top 75 and like, you'll be there, but I don't want to turn around and say, yeah, you'll be fine, and then you're not. So, damn. So yeah, that's my kind of thoughts on that. I don't want to be responsible for you missing out. WeJet, probably, yeah. I mean, I've got over 200. It's kind of when you look at the people that have contributed, 7,200 and almost 500,000 reports. That's the top ones will have put loads in. The bottom ones will have only put some in. So the percentages don't always work out. Like, oh, you know, I could drop out if I've only got 100 and someone's got 150. No. The numbers we're working here is really high. Yeah, Steve. Is this right, Stephen? It's fine. I wasn't too worried about it. So you had a cave roll, you submitted 12 reports and just dropped out of it. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, lots of people haven't heard about Spanch or EDDB. Right, there's that's another loop, by the way, if anyone cares. Stuart Parker says he's done 400 and still in the top 10%. Ah, you see, you've only done 200 and I'm in the top 10%. So, but also top 10% is obviously from people who have done anywhere between 100 something to and above. So I think a few people have only done a bit and then stopped. Yeah, and it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be mapped by, well, unmapped by you for it to be counted. That's it. AP. There's currently no plans for that, mate. They may add it later on. They say at launch there is currently no plans for in-ship walking. I'm not so bothered about that because I have been spent far too much time stuck in the ship. I want to get out of it and have a walk around, get on the planet's surface. It's just like everyone who's, you got to remember, there's like, you've got the first opportunity to get out of the ship, you know, and that's the important bit, is getting out of the ship. Will I watch the Game Awards live? No, I won't. No, I won't, because it's on late. What I'm hoping is that I'll get up in the morning and look at it, and I'll worry about it then on Friday. So, but you got to remember is that Odyssey is the beginning. It's not the end of Elite Dangerous. It's the beginning of this particular era. And you will be able to play the entire game without even having a spaceship. So that's pretty cool. Kuro, yeah, this is my existing account, hence why we don't have any of those fancy new tools. According to our top 10%, it's currently starting at 161 up to 666. Ooh. Spoopy. Obviously it's not. Top 75 is only 14. Well, okay, you might be right then, Stephen. Looks like you might be okay. So, how much exploration data have we got this session? That's 15 million from that page, which isn't bad. And then only 4,000 from that, because apparently we're too close to everything else, so that's a bit rubbish. On the mission board, this will tell us our progress and how many reports. 259, so only 58 reports handed in there, and we're still in the top 10%. Bah. My face is bursting with anticipation. Skip. Yep. So, not bad. Is it ×4 though, Pro-Rock? Did that go up? Oh no. Anaria, from what I understand, is that you'll be able to choose your starting experience, and that's how it's going to work. I think Frontier have kind of said stuff like that. Is that there'll be the starting experience, so you kind of get to choose what you get to do, and you can potentially play the game without ever having a ship, which sounds really interesting to me. So I think that might be what I will try out. I'll definitely have a playthrough with no ship. That'd be pretty bizarre. I think that'd be. I've been playing Elite Dangerous for years, and then suddenly I've got no spaceship. I don't know. Would that be weird? Anyone else think that'd be weird? Because I think it'd be weird. Well, I do. Right, I'm going to call time for the stream there, guys, because I've got food to go and sort out, haven't I? What we'll do is, as usual, on There we go. We're going to find someone to raid on Twitch. Because that would be a good thing to do. Who have we got who's streaming? I'm looking around. I try and stream people that raid people that we know. And we trust and we like. Who often don't swear a lot. Just saying people don't swear a lot. Let's go for having a look. Could go for Nick Lambert. I think they're pretty safe. Don't know, they might not be. So I could be completely wrong. Imagine that if I am. So everyone who's been watching, I really appreciate it. I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow, so it'll be back to usual time around about 7 tomorrow. That's PM, UTC, GMT. So please do make sure that you subscribe on YouTube, hit the like button on the way out, follow on Twitch if you haven't followed on Twitch, and I will see you all soon. So once again, thank you for watching. Commander Plater, out.